just see in the chat. I saw the opening ceremonies on TV. Did that just happen? Okay. Celine Dion was there. My cousin. We think we're related. How are you doing? It's Friday Night Live. It is the 26th of July. We're at the end of the month. So get those rent checks ready. Yeah, I haven't seen the opening ceremonies. I'm glad. I know there was a little bit of scuffle at the Olympics, but let's just visualize it going really smoothly and beautifully. There's lots going on in the news, but I'm still on my mainstream news media fast. So I just get my news from YouTube, which I don't feel like I'm missing anything. And I'll tell you one thing. If JD Vance was in front of me right now, he should be afraid. Because he would get holy hell from me. We're going to actually start by reading on JD Vance. In my entire life, I've never seen such a heinous, well, not counting Trump, I'm trying to think of the words. I'm so angry. Thank you, Electra Storm. The couple of people in the chat are saying that they got their donated tea leaf readings and they enjoyed them. So thank you for the testimonials. Yeah, they're fun. They're definitely fun. I'm discovering that I used to read tea leaves in a past life. I really do feel that. And tarot cards too. So is anybody else with me about, oh, thank you for sharing my song. Appreciate that a lot. Is anybody feeling the same as me that if JD Vance was in front of you right now, he'd be shaken at your fury? Because he's a misogynist, like full-on misogynist. I haven't revealed all the winners. Oh no, you reminded me that I need to do that. Hang on, they're on a piece of paper. I have not, but I'll do that after more people are here. What do you guys think of JD Vance? Electra Storm is saying, I thought Sarah Palin was bad, but he takes the cake. Feel sorry for his wife. Yeah. Actually, let's start with the nefarious cards. He is on my mind. And I'm not really appreciating that JD Vance is on my mind, but first off, I'm going to ask the pendulum if he's actually gay. Because if he's actually gay and in denial that he's gay, that can cause all kinds of imbalances. Is JD Vance physiologically, is JD Vance gay? Okay, so I'm getting physiologically. This is just what the pendulum's saying. Hey, Paula. Worse than Donald Trump? No, there's no, it's just, you can't really compare the two. They're equally as awful. Electra Storm is saying he's a demon. Okay, I'm getting a really strong pendulum swing on that JD Vance is closeted and he's gay. And he does wear eyeliner, not that there's anything wrong with that. But you think that somebody who is so like macho might not wear eyeliner. I mean, I could see if you're like Prince, or Prince used to wear eyeliner. Freddie Mercury wore eyeliner. Steven Tyler wore eyeliner. But why is JD Vance, a politician, wearing eyeliner? We're going to pull 3 cards about his fate. Tyler's saying, coming from a gay man, I hope the hell not. But I would say, yeah, he's closeted. I mean, if you don't feel comfortable with your gender, preference, then you don't have to, tell people that you don't want to tell because of the stupid prejudices out there. But, like, let's talk about Lindsey Graham. We got to be who we are. We just have to be who we are. If you attend Church of Spirituality, you might have seen that that this was a prop that I used for Church of Spirituality this past week. It's just a little message in a bottle that I got from a church thrift sale. It says, you have to do your thing no matter what anyone says. It's your life. So that's what I have for JD Vance. He should have just admitted he was gay and stopped hurting people. Be you. Vance changed his name around several times. Yeah, he's not comfortable with who he is. So what he does with that discomfort is he just bashes women. Can the GOP dump JD Vance? Well, Lisa, if you've been with me the past week, I've seen several times when I've read on it, he's going to be off the ticket. So since I already read on whether he's going to stay on the ticket, let's do this. How long will it be before he's off the ticket? Now, if you watch Spirit Talk podcast on Tuesday, Kathy Beal and I were talking about that she saw in his chart and JD Vance's chart and in Trump's chart that there was going to be an implosion. And when I read a little bit on it today, asking about Trump staying in the race, third week of August. Is JD Vance going to remain on the ticket? No. He will be off the ticket. And I feel like JD Vance will be off the ticket mid-August. And I feel like they're both going to be off the ticket. Republican men and evangelical men have a tendency to hide their sexuality but pass judgment on others. Yes, that's what we're seeing. He'll be off the ticket very soon. I'm feeling like next month. August is just right around the corner, believe it or not. By the way, the weather here has been lovely. Are you guys having good weather? Nice breeze, not humid, probably won't last. Yes, both will be off the ticket. I mean, and hang on a second, because I don't have it in front of me, but I was looking at a picture of, actually I do have it in front of me. I actually saw a picture of Kamala next to all right, this is off of Midas Touch, but I'm just going to show you a picture of Trump, if you can see that. He looks awful. He looks terrible. Do you agree? Gloria's saying Monday humidity is back. Thanks for the warning. We'll be okay. Having nice weather in Seattle. Good. Kind of cold where Rose is. Yeah, it's been kind of cool. So, Trump looks awful. He looks just awful. And then, let me show you another one. You may have already seen this, but I don't know. Have you seen this? He bailed. You couldn't see who was horrible? Well, there's him in the chicken suit, and then here's his face. He's in over his head is right, and so the chicken. I don't know why this is making me laugh. The chicken picture is because he bailed on the debate. Someday, everybody, we're going to look back at these years, and it's very serious what we're going through right now. It's very dangerous and very serious. There's a madman on the loose, and the husband, for some time, for some reason, has escaped justice to now. We're going to look back, and we're going to laugh. We are. I promise you, we're going to crack up. We're going to belly laugh. We're going to be like, remember when? Seriously. Am I shocked that he bailed? Well, here's what was kind of surprising was how quickly he bailed and how scared he is. I mean, last Sunday when I ever had that moment of, oh, then that would Kamala Trump, well, that would mean a prosecutor running against a convicted felon. I mean, it's just like, and how scared they all are. Well, you know, you do the crime, you do the time. Right? We're going to pull 3 cards about JD Vance. Trump has never been tough. He's never been tough. Never. He's never been strong and tough. Let's just be clear about that. Trump is a marshmallow wuss. I'm being nice. JD Vance and his coach. I mean, there are things that we've had to like have enter into our consciousness that are very unwelcome, right? And one is a story going around of JD Vance and his couch. I mean, I don't care. Why is Warren saying we just lost someone? What are you referring to? Can you elaborate? Why are we saying we just lost someone, Warren? We haven't lost anyone. JD Vance. I'm pulling 3 cards. It's sad all the people that have been hurt and damaged to our democracy, Dwight saying absolutely true. Warren, be cool, my babies, be cool. We'll have enough people to do a group hug. Give me a topic. We got plenty of time. We have a whole hour. JD Vance. I am reading on JD Vance. You ready for this? I'm reading on JD Vance. Is Damon in the chat? This is Damon's favorite card. Tyler, this might be your favorite card too. I'm reading on JD Vance. What do you see, everybody? Oh, do tell me what you see about JD Vance. Be grateful. I don't want to know about shady couches. Okay. I'm reading on JD Vance. Handsome young fellows, aren't they? He's trying to balance out this conflicted inner turmoil, and he's not winning. And the Ace of Pentacles is, okay, so there's a woman. These are women in history, and most of them I don't really know. I have to read the book. But there's a woman here, and this represents Kamala. And look, she's taking no prisoners. This is a woman. It's JD Vance trying to balance out this craziness that's going on around him because all this stuff that he stirred up himself. Saying that women should stay in marriages where they're being beaten. Saying that women should have their medical records surveyed by the government. Saying that there should be a nationwide abortion ban. It's unbelievable. And then here comes Kamala. And he doesn't know how to negotiate all that he's presented because it's so unpopular for one. So much for HIPAA. Right. Privacy laws. Yeah. What they're proposing, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I just want to make the point. What they're proposing with Project 2025 takes everything away from us. And I mean everything. I mean across the board, everything away from us. So this big surge of energy that we're feeling around Kamala was because we were waiting for some semblance of justice to come, and this feels like justice. She is not afraid. Whereas Thomas, you finally had a joke and he isn't here. You might be here later, or he may have told me that he can't make it. Anyway, it's getting warm in here, so I gotta put my hair up because not that I'm reading. Hang on. The psychic needs to be comfortable. The right temperature, the right everything. Let's read on Trump, shall we? Oh, all right. Group hug first. We're doing a group hug for Kamala's success. We'll just see her, just gangbusters, just everything going all in Kamala's favor. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Kamala and democracy and all the Democrats winning. More Democrats running elections winning. We're doing this. We're doing this. She's on fire. She's ready. And actually, what's coming to my mind is that Kamala is really fired up because this is partly what's fueling her. She loves Joe Biden like a brother or like a father. She loves Joe Biden like a family member. And what the Republicans have done, that they're bashing Biden, making up stories. Believe me, I heard them. I heard the stories that were being made up about Joe Biden back in February, March, when I went up to New Hampshire and I was talking to some Trumpsters. It's heinous. And if you really care about somebody and they're bashing that person that you care about that much, you just, like I just said about JD Vance, if he was in front of me right now, he would have hell to pay. So Kamala's got a lot of built up inner resolve to go get him, to go after them. You liked Stephen Miller? He was about to cry when he found out that Biden was stepping down? Yeah. Stephen Miller is a weird dude. Very disturbed individual. I mean, when I see Stephen Miller on a clip of Fox or something, I see him. I mean, I literally can feel that his brain, if you did an MRI of his brain, Stephen Miller, the doctors would see that something's really abnormal, like in that movie, Young Frankenstein. There's something abnormal in Stephen Miller's brain. We're pulling 3 cards on Trump. So, okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards about, let's ask something specific. I still have my nope pin. Remember that? Yeah, Stephen Miller is evil. He's an evil human. And I feel like he was in Hitler's army in some way in the 40s. So the question about Donald, how's he doing? How's he doing? Thank you for being here. Let's thank Terry for being here. The producer is here on Fridays. There were 250,000 white women on Zoom for Kamala, and I think it was a night after they had a meeting for black women, and it might have been even more than that. How's Trump doing? He's leaking money like crazy. He's leaking money like crazy. He's leaning into, for some reason, Trump is leaning into the females that are around him for an ego boost. I think Trump still has that person around him who looks up nice stories for him and just follows him around telling him nice things about himself. He's not happy. Trump is not happy. Magas are going crazy, Evelyn saying, and we are uniting more than ever. I love this energy. Yeah, we love love. John's giving you some credit, Terry, for all that you do. Let's hear it for Terry. Woo! Thank you for your help. I couldn't do it without you. Hey, that's good. Yeah, I love you applaud yourself. Do more of that. The Nine of Pentacles. There's just really too much for Trump to juggle. Yeah. Autumn on Black and Orange said after Kamala was put on the ticket for president, voter registration increased by 700%. I saw that. His dementia is progressing. He's really, he's got too much. Trump cannot sort things out in his head. And I'm just saying, because there's so much that he's facing right now. And not being able to sort things out in his head. I mean, it would be hard enough if your brain was functioning normally to sort out with your head what he's having to sort out with his head. I know you'd never have to sort out all that stuff, but it's just too much is my point. It's too much for anybody that's normal to sort out in their head. But with the early onset of dementia, I think we've established that that's going on. I think we established it a long time ago. He panicked when it doesn't take a psychic to tell you this, but I really do feel it. He panicked at the idea of a debate with Kamala Harris. I can't believe, maybe we'll read on this. I can't believe that as an American nation, we've gotten to the point that Trump should be like at a 20% approval, right? You know what I mean? He should be at like a 20% approval. Is my hair a mess? I can't tell. I can't see myself. Kind of. Hang on. I need a stylist. Okay. Right? He should be at like a 15% approval. And that would just represent like just the crazy people. Cult members. Why is he at... I mean, Kamala or Biden or, why is... I'm going to probably ask that. Why is his approval not lower? It's too high, right? It just doesn't make sense. He should be at a 20% approval. This is a pendulum question. Because he's bona fide cray-cray. He's out of his mind. I mean, let's think about this for a second together. Okay, if somebody in your proximity behaved the way that Trump behaves, you probably run, right? You probably be like, and how he's running for president, you probably just freak out in his presence. Like, this guy he's nuts. The polls call landlines in specific areas of the country. And then I just got through hearing Adam Kinzinger, some of what he was saying. And he was saying the polls are accurate. And I don't think that's true. Or kind of accurate. I don't think that's true. Let's do this. Let's just read the energy of the nation. Trump is with Netanyahu right now? Yeah. And I didn't hear much about, well, first of all, I didn't hear much about why Netanyahu was here. I didn't hear much about what he had to say to Congress or what Joe Biden said to him. We might get to that. But first off, the energy of the country. What percentage are actually for Trump? 10%. Are actually for Trump. 10%. You guys know I've been working with the pendulum for years. I'm getting 10% of the country. And that seems low to me. Let's look again. What percentage of the country is actually wanting Trump to be president? Is it 10%? I didn't even get to go to 20%. And that's probably, as of recently, what Tyler? He lost in both courts today. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. Just so you know, it's really hard for me to follow the chat, so don't be offended. Thomas is back, though. Did you hear about the new roller coaster modeled after an orange? It has a lot of appeal. Yay! You saw in writing that Liz Cheney is switching her party over to Democrat. Yeah, good. It's not really about being a Democrat. It's about keeping our freedom. I'm picking up a 10% approval for Trump in this country. And since Kamala jumped into the race, let's get some perspective here. It's been less than a week. It's been less than a week. This happened. Joe Biden made his announcement last Sunday afternoon. It's been less than a week. And I feel like Trump's approval is actually at 10%. Yeah, it was Sunday. Yeah, cult members. I'm going to pull 3 cards on. I'm going to be really brave and pull some cards on the, I want to call them demons. Kevin Roberts. Remember, J.D. Vance wrote, I guess, Project 2025, they've decided that it warranted making a book out of it. And that J.D. Vance wrote the foreword to the book. And Kevin Roberts, I don't know what's with the last name Roberts. Maybe it's very common, but we got a couple of people in our, in our politics that are, I mean, Roberts shouldn't be into politics on the Supreme Court, but real nefarious. Betty saying Cheney doesn't believe in any democratic ideas. Yes, she does. She believes that we should remain a democracy. I mean, let's just get the crux of the issue very clear. Because right now, when people are saying to me something about, political, or something about Democrats and Republicans, I have to respond to that. This isn't about that. This is about America staying free. Right? Right. Never throw your false teeth at your vehicle. You might dent your car. Thomas says, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, from Kitty Holler. Can you beat that? You probably have a few good ones up your sleeve, too. As usual. Kevin Roberts. 3 cards about Kevin Roberts. Kitty Holler was having trouble getting on. If anybody's ever having trouble getting on the channel, let us know. We fixed it. CM is saying, but Cheney's not for voting equality or reproductive rights. I don't think she's for a nationwide abortion ban. I don't think that that's true about Liz Cheney. And I'm just making the point that the only way we save our democracy as our form of government is to vote for Democrats. She's determined to save democracy. Exactly. That's all Kitty Holler has, is that one joke. Oh, I'm sure you can come up with another one. I'm reading on that evil person, Kevin Roberts. Yes, it really is down to, Von Blue is saying, it's down to do you want freedom or do you not want freedom? And that's how to speak to people about it. Do you want freedom or do you want to give up all your freedom? Which includes any kind of government help, including like subsidies for electric cars and stuff, right? Kevin Roberts. Excuse me. I need a drink. Democrats are fired up. Democracy is fired up. Kitty's thanking you, Terry. Okay. Now, when I'm looking at Kevin Roberts, I see Viktor Orban. The campaign is about freedom. That's true. And the Page of Wands. Okay. Kevin Roberts is kind of a messenger. I don't know what title he gives himself. You know who I'm talking about? The head of the Heritage Foundation, who's up there bragging about Project 2025. This is what we're going to do. And he's the one that said, when he was asked if there would be a peaceful transfer of power at the time if Biden won. So this was a couple weeks ago. And he said, it will be peaceful if the Democrats let it, if the leftists let it be. Otherwise, there'll be a bloodbath or something to that effect. That's what we're talking about, Kevin Roberts. One of the founders of Project 2025, the recipe for a fascist regime to take over America. Gotta have your in a nutshell versions. All right, you wrote his registration card today. Good for you. So as far as Kevin Roberts goes, well, that doesn't look too comfortable. Kevin Roberts is going to be bleeding support. And I mean people that are like all in on Project 2025. The support is going to be dropping away. And I'm talking about from his inner circle with the Heritage Foundation. They cannot force this on us. They can't. They cannot force this on us. And I don't see it gaining any, I see it losing momentum. I don't see it gaining momentum. What will happen with the complaints about the Heritage Foundation to the IRS? See, I think I'm seeing holes being poked into the Heritage Foundation. So that's what I'm seeing. It's going to cause some damage to the Heritage Foundation. Dad joke. What occurred when the cup of coffee got offended by a joke? A brouhaha. That's pretty good. Let me take a moment to announce a couple more of the winners of the tea leaf readings. Hang with me. Let's see. Zircon. I feel like I'm taking attendance. You're here. Zircon, you have been awarded. A lot of these are going to the wrenches. You've been awarded a free tea leaf reading. It's already been paid for. So, Terry, can you put up, because I'm probably going to get it wrong, the best way for them to get their tea leaf reading? Zircon and Betty Contrell. You saying your last name right? Whoop, whoop. Okay, she got the message. And Betty Cantrell. And Gloria, I think you already scheduled yours, right? Okay. And Electra Stormer and Rhonda Rue. Yes, Betty's here. Okay. And Rhonda Rue. I don't know if I got everybody. I think, yes. Thomas is gifting his tea leaf reading to somebody else. So we'll get, okay, so Gloria sent her address. Okay, I'm sending you some cards. As far as the Kevin Roberts and the Heritage Foundation, it does not look like their Project 2025 is gaining any steam. It looks like it's got, there are holes being poked in it. You guys are so sweet congratulating the winners. Thank you. Holes poked in Project 2025. By the way, if you want these, I can send you some to get the word out. People need to vote. All right. Now, one thing is very for sure is we cannot get complacent. But another thing is for sure, when everybody's showing up at the party, you tend to want to go to that party. And Kamala is a rock star, if you ask me. The Heritage Foundation needs to close shop. Let's read on the Heritage Foundation. And so what's so exciting, and it's interesting too, with J.D. Vance and his blatant, brazen misogyny, the powerful women, I mean celebrities. I heard Pink was very upset. The powerful women celebrities are really making their voices be heard. Big time. It's great that they let that leak out, Project 2025. They're kind of just, they've spelled it right out. cat ladies are pissed. And childless women are pissed. And people that don't have children are really, really pissed. Dad joke. How did the chef clear his head at work? He went for a walk. But boom. I need a walk. I need a big walk. So next thing on my list. All right. Trump might just have worn out his welcome at the Heritage Foundation. We're going to read on the Heritage Foundation. So let's ask about okay. What is going to happen to the Heritage Foundation? Stepmoms are pissed, and Kamala Harris is a stepmom. It's such a stupid thing to say. I mean, basically, J.D. Vance is saying women should not have any rights. Basically, the way that J.D. Vance is thinking, I'm reading on the Heritage Foundation, but the way that J.D. Vance is thinking is let's just, I hate to say this, but he's like, let's just round up the women and put them in their place. So I'm not really sure what happened in his childhood. I didn't look into it, but I did hear something about, in passing, his mother being a drug addict. He's got some real big damage. What about wives that can't get pregnant? Oh yeah. You're a second-class citizen if you don't have a child, according to J.D. Vance. According to J.D. Vance, you shouldn't have as much power in our democracy if you don't have children. It's the most stupid thing. I'd say it's the stupidest thing I ever heard, but I don't know. We've heard a lot of stupid. Okay. The Heritage Foundation. Not good. You guys are going to like this. 45 is trying to get his hush money trial canceled. I think he didn't succeed at that. Claiming presidential immunity. Yeah. Okay, so I'm asking about the Heritage Foundation. Blonde Blue. All I got to say to Vance is F you. Did you hear me say if he was ever in front of me, he would get holy hell. And I would probably kick him, too. I'm not going to say where. That's how angry the women are. We're that angry. We're that, like, he better be careful. He better be careful talking about women like that. I mean, someone's going to just punch him. Rose Allen is saying they have 100 more days to say stupid shit. Okay, the Heritage Foundation. The jig is up for the Heritage Foundation. The American people are having their voices be heard, not on our watch. The Eight of Wands, quickly. The Heritage Foundation is losing power. They have been outed. You think guys that force a woman to be pregnant shouldn't have any rights or children? Yeah, as soon as they overturned Roe, I was like, well, that means that men can use their appendage as a weapon. Basically, his mom is a nurse who was a drug addict and stole drugs from the hospital she worked at. He's got major rage against women. Major. His wife is from Indian descent. There's no discrimination there. Let me tell you something about India. Women are very much, they have to play their roles. Women that are from India, I mean, unless it's a progressive, area or society that they grow up in, it's kind of backwards. So I'm sure she's subservient to him. Bonnie's saying, I have a feeling because Vance, you said Vince. Vance hates Trump. Do you think Vance is trying to sabotage Trump to take him down by... No, I don't. I don't think that. No. It's not checking out. I'm laughing because this happened the other night too. And the Nefarious People deck. The Magician's Madmen. Sure, you have to give credit. This deck that I've had to use because these people are so awful. Madmen. Magicians and Martyrs. Kamala Harris has been coming up like this. With the axe. They're so morbid. It's Lizzie Borden. The Heritage Foundation. The Eight of Wands, fast moving, having to surrender. The Heritage Foundation. They're leaking power. Project 2025 is leaking power, any power that they had. And the Heritage Foundation is leaking power. Kamala is Lizzie. Yeah. Yep. The Hangman. The Heritage Foundation is leaking power. We have their number. And we are, there's a lot of pent up rage in America towards these injustices. It has reached a boiling over point. Why should you never write with a broken pencil? Because it's pointless. Good point. So if you want these cards, just send me your address. Send it to AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. All right? So you can spread the word. We have a lot of work to do. Please join us at Grassroots of Democracy. The Heritage Foundation is built around the Dominionist movement, which I know nothing about. You wish you were in Paris to see the Olympics? There's still time. Get your plane ticket. You were like, don't you wish sometimes that you were like bewitched? You could just twinkle your nose and be there? All right, I'm going to pull 3 cards about the... Now, we can't even call them the Republican Party anymore because they're not. Ty was saying Trump is being taken down by women in the courts. Yeah. The whole time I've had Psychic News Network here, I have said repeatedly, the women are going to take Trump down. However, I didn't know this many women would be taking him down. Can't afford to go to the Olympics? Well, there's, 4 years, right? There'll be another. Leonard Leo, the head of the Heritage Foundation, inherited $1.5 billion to invest in the people he wants in power. But it's leaking power. All right. 3 cards about the Maga party. The party of Putin. The party of traitors. Putin's puppets. The last few times I've read on Putin, when I tune into him, he's not doing well at all. So we don't get a lot of news out of Russia. And we don't want to be that kind of a country. Just like we don't get a lot of news out of North Korea. We get no news out of North Korea. We don't want that. Vance never mentioned men who chose not to have children or can't. Not to mention men like Vance and who shouldn't have kids. Yeah, good point. Yes. Okay. Lisa saying Trump is really backed into a corner now. I think fleeing the country is a real option for him. No, fleeing the country has never been an option for Trump. Because he can't do it undetected. Olympic dad joke. What's a boxer's favorite drink? Punch. Cute. The formerly known as a Republican Party. Terry liked that one. Formerly known as a Republican Party. I'm reading cards on them. The sun means all their crimes. Oh, sorry, I should cover that. She's naked. All their crimes will be exposed. Here's the thing. The Maga party in Congress, there's so many of them, it's awful. The Maga party. We are going to know pretty much everything about them, and they're lazy. The Maga party is lazy. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to do anything for the American people. This is going to be their demise. They don't want to do anything. Think about, and I was saying this the other night, think, what has Trump offered the American people? What has Trump offered his constituents? Nada, nothing. the Queen of Wands. So as far as the Maga party in Congress, I see them leaning into the females of the Maga party because they're lazy. So get ready for, remember Monday, when I was reading on Kamala, or it might have been Sunday afternoon, and I asked how it was going to be for her, and I was using the other deck, the Cosmic Tarot, and I saw the Ten of Swords, and just some really, and the Devil card came up, and I saw some really horrid things coming at Kamala from the Magas. And lo and behold, you can't even believe the horrible things that they're saying. They're getting real creative with their evil, the evil things they say. Angela's saying, I don't know how his wife can stand him. JD Vance, I think she has to play the subservient role. I think JD Vance's wife puts up with a lot. Put it that way. So the Magas in Congress are going to be leaning into the females in Maga to be heinous as can be. Think Laura Loomer, right? Don't think about Laura Loomer for too long. You might just start puking. But I'm sorry, she's that bad. The things that she said about Kamala Harris, it doesn't get much worse than that. But they always find a way to get worse. That's what you're going to see from them. They're going to start leaning into the women to attack the women. It ain't going to go very well for them. Let me tell you that. It's not. So now that, yes, we're holding her in the light. We're holding Kamala in the light. We're holding Joe Biden in the light. Let's not forget Joe Biden's still president. We're holding him in the light too. Yeah, Marcus called Democrats the party of crime. Yeah, like how about this one? Trump is trying to say lying Kamala. And it's like, what do you just put lying as an adjective on everything? Let's read on Laura Loomer. Just because she disgusts me. I never knew that I could have the disgust, the depth of disgust. I didn't know I was capable of. It's yeah. So get ready for that. Now they're gone until September, right? They're not meeting till September. Yeah, I see them in their text messaging. This is what I see when they're not in session. Congress. I see them texting one another and coming up with what, like a horrid contest. Which one can be more horrid? You've only ever seen women sticking together. This, yes, Dale's saying, well, is Darren here tonight? I don't see Darren. Yeah, we're gonna see some awfulness. Yeah. The women that stick together for democracy, hell hath no fury like women scorned. Let's just really think about that. Angela's asking, how does JD Vance's wife put up with him? She has to. She has to. Laura Loomer. Oh, Tweet Scotchy. No, it was even worse. Laura Loomer probably said, yeah, I can't even read it. I'm reading on Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer is being paid to be so horrible. And she's hiding it. Hey, from San Diego, 74 at the beach. Oh, you're at the beach too? Nice. Super Dougie. The beach is right a stone's throw from me. I should really go down there more often. One of these days, I'm going to do a video from the beach. Laura Loomer. Oh, yeah. Laura Loomer she's a hired hand. That's what the guides are saying. Wasn't so long ago that kind of language would get you out of a job. But the formerly known as the Republican Party, it's like anything goes. Open season. For how gross and disgusting and slimy you can be. You're 1 mile from the beach. I got you beat. Nice though, isn't it? So this is she's being paid. Laura Loomer is being paid to be that heinous. And think about it. I get that Laura Loomer is being paid, and then I think about Trump, and I see the money funneling through Trump to Laura Loomer. She's a hired hand. She's been acting out politically since 2015. Oh, but it's getting way worse, isn't it? I don't know what she's been saying. Cheryl's 2 miles from the beach. We're having a contest. Who's closer to the beach? One of these days I'll just walk down there and you'll see how close it is. And you can see the ocean behind me, right? You can see the harbor. I was watching the boats come in today from here. It's so pretty. Really pretty day here. Okay, I haven't taken out the good cards yet. Too much slime to read on, but let's do that. Let's go back to our Tarot de St. Croix. The nice bright ones, a Tia sent. Thank you. Thank you to all of you that are members. Thank you to all of you who show up 3 times a week. Thank you for the dad jokes. Thank you for the group hugs. Thank you for the love. Love conquers hate. It's just the way it works. It's just the way it works. Love conquers hate. It's just universal law. By the way, if you're a member of my channel at the world level or the high priestess level, you're invited to a psychic party. We have so much fun. The last Saturday of the month, we have a psychic party. So please become a member. If you're a member at any level, there are 3 levels. The upper 2 get invited to the psychic party. If you're a member at any level, you get affirmations in your inbox daily. That's every single day. So consider it. Oh, thank you, Dale. Oh, so much love. Let's see. We have another. We're having a how far are you from the beach contest spontaneously. CM is 5 miles from the beach. That's pretty close. I still have everyone beat. Lisa says Pete Buttigieg is going to be the VP pick. I don't get that. I don't get that. Let's pull 3 cards. I'm still sticking with Mark Kelly. You wonder if Laura Loomer will be sued for defamation? She should be. Let's ask the pendulum before we jump into this. Will Laura Loomer be sued for defamation? I'm getting a yes on that. Oh, there's Darren. If I could move the Appalachian Mountains to the eastern shore, that would be perfect. Yeah, right? We kind of have the best of both worlds here because New Hampshire is so close in the White Mountains. It's really beautiful. All right, focus, Annette. I'm just going to pull 3 cards on the Democrats. How are the Democrats doing? Olympic dad joke. Did you hear about the weightlifter who was always tired? He just needed a lift. How are the Democrats doing? Nancy Girl saying, hi, everybody. Peace and love to all. Everything's going to be, every little thing is going to be all right. Yes, but we have to work really, really, really hard. We have to work really, really, really hard. How are the Democrats doing? Well, here you go. Doesn't take a psychic to figure that one out. The Democrats are very excited and actually, so what I'm picking up on, the Democrats are very excited, very strong, very jazzed up to get the message out big time. And the moon card is this indicates the female, the feminine. You're going to see it. I can feel it. It's incredible. Like you're going to see, if you were part of the, I don't know, the protests in the 60s, if you were part of the Women's March, if you were, and I actually am picking up on this a lot. I've mentioned it before, especially since Kamala became the candidate, or the presumed candidate. There are a lot of women, there are a lot of souls that have incarnated during this time that had lifetimes during the suffragette movement. And as I'm saying that, I'm hearing cheering in the background because it's probably some kind of a concert going on or something. So that's a sign. We're going to see a women's movement that's going to be it's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. So all that suffragette energy, all that has really come back. Just like, because I do read past lives, the January 6th insurrection was a lot of those souls incarnated from the Civil War, which is interesting. They keep asking about they keep threatening civil war. Can I read if the world feels happy about Harris? I don't have to read on that electrostorm. It doesn't take a psychic. Right? That's too easy. that would be too easy of a reading. I need to be a little more challenged than that. I'm just kidding. The moon is about the women. You'll see. You'll feel it. And the Page of Wands. Yeah, and I feel like the world leaders they're cautiously optimistic. Yeah, they're cautiously optimistic. They're hopeful. We got our hope back, right? Tom Waltz from Minnesota, same age as Kamala and views platform, plus he's funny. The reason that I'm picking up from not necessarily a psychic perspective, but I am feeling that. Mark Kelly would be really on the gun control issue because of what happened to his wife, Gabby Giffords. And I think we need that. I think I mentioned it the other night. It's a huge, huge, dark, awful stain on our country that we have school shootings and on all kinds of shootings. Hey, Barbara. The Page of Wands. The messaging is going to be amazing. And it is true. The messaging has been amazing from the Democrats. So the women, the moon indicates it represents the women strength. We have been waiting for this. Swifties are already selling merch with money to go to Dems. Okay, let's ask this. I do think Taylor Swift is going to come out and publicly endorse Kamala. And let's just ask the pendulum. Taylor Swift is going to come out and publicly endorse Kamala. Betty's saying Harris will be very careful on who she picks. Yeah, well, that's a given, right? And she's not going to be careless. We have to deal with guns. Plus, Mark Kelly has a military background. That would demonstrate we have somebody really strong in that position that knows about the military. Our national security has got holes poked all over it. I really think your Republican husband wants Kamala to win. Wow, that's good because it's about keeping our freedom, right? Okay, I don't have any tea leaves ready, but we'll pull some more cards before we go. Mark Kelly was an astronaut. I think we need that toughness. Not that the other candidates, I don't mean the other potential candidates aren't tough. I'm more speaking from an experienced standpoint. Mark Kelly was an astronaut. Somebody like that would know what to do in an emergency more than most people from his experience, right? Somebody who was in the military, Darren here said that he was in the Navy, and I was thinking Air Force, but he flew some Navy fighter. He was a fighter pilot or something. Let's pull 3 cards on Mark Kelly. Yeah, Maga's hurt women in our climate. Yeah, we're not going for that. I love Kamala's slogan. We're not going back. That's great. You heard Swifties are creating an event on election day. Yeah, and I feel like Taylor Swift, the pendulum said she's going to endorse Kamala Harris. Let's ask when. When will she endorse Kamala? Barb is saying lots of military lean right. Let's be clear about one thing. It's time for us to move away from the left-right thing. It's my opinion. Evelyn saying Mark Kelly has the Senate, don't want to lose that seat. I would not worry about that. I would not worry about that. Buttigieg is in the Navy. Well, reality check. I don't think Kamala would choose a woman because of this stupid idea that people have, even if it's subconscious, that women aren't strong enough. We kind of have to consider the bigotry and the old ways of thinking. And so when you say Pete Buttigieg, I wish he would run for president. Maybe he will someday. There are too many people that have prejudice. And that's all I have to say about that. I'm asking about Mark Kelly. I'm getting a yes. She's going to keep it a secret a little bit longer, who she's going to pick. But I do get that she's already decided. I get that Kamala has already decided. But she's not going to, she's going to do it in a very measured way. She's going to make that announcement. You're going to be getting hints. And then the Ten of Cups. We'll like who she chose. We'll like who she picks. Bonds Blue says Hillary Rodham Clinton and I were born on the exact same day. And you're not into politics, right? Or are you? Well, you're here. Warren's saying that he lives. What are you saying? Where you live? We're having a how close are you to the beach contest? That's funny. Let's wind down, shall we? Gabby is campaigning now. Oh, that's good. That woman, I can't even, she's got to be extremely strong. And Mark Kelly was right there every step of the way. Good husband, good stand-up guy. Yeah, and his brother's also an astronaut. I mean, to be an astronaut, you have to be mega smart. I mean, that's like rocket science right there. Literally. After this ticket of women and man on the ticket, I know what you're saying, Electra Storm, but what I'm saying, I want Pete Buttigieg. That would be great, right? I'm just looking at the layout of the country and how people think. And it's, unfortunately, we have never had a woman president. So, just that simple fact. People need to open their minds more. And we just have to kind of face the fact that a lot of minds aren't open that far. Okay. This is about freedom. Does anyone have a specific question that they want me to ask? You can ask about nefarious people, and I'll use this deck, or you can ask about good people or a general question, and I'll use this deck. Before we go have a wild weekend for ourselves. If you'd like to book a reading, I notice that Monday is wide open. PsychicAnnetteDion.com for your benefit. Okay. Will Kamala visit Florida? Yeah. Who will win this Olympics' first gold medal? I mean, I consider myself an athletic person, but I'm not. I don't really watch the Olympics. I already answered that before. Trump will dump Vance. He'll lose the election either way. Oh, Dale, you're reading my mind. Come up with a song about not going back. Yeah, it's already on my mind. It's already in my noggin. I'm working on it. In the meantime, you've got to share my song about January 6th. It needs to go viral. It will be perfect. That song was made for right now. Yes, Warren's repeating. I said that Vance will be dumped. Let's ask if will Trump dump Vance? Will Trump dump Vance? I don't think it's going to happen by Trump dumping him. I think something else is going to happen. Will, hang on. Pause for motorcycles. Will Vance just, I'm picking up that Vance is going to drop out. I'm not getting that Trump is going to, I'm getting really strongly that Vance, thank you, Warren, putting up my information. I'm getting very strongly that Vance will drop out. Who would replace Trump? Nikki Haley. Would Nikki Haley? Yeah. And in fact, now that we're mentioning it, you do know I can barely see the chat and everything. It's real tiny when we're on StreamYard. I'm struggling to see. I'm feeling like Vance will drop out. And I had said in the past, several months ago, that I felt like Nikki Haley was hanging back, and then she suspended her campaign. And then we were all like, wow, how can she endorse Trump when he insulted her husband, like, and all the other nasty things he says about everyone, really. And then she came back and endorsed Trump. Okay, so here's my thinking. Back then, before she ended her or suspended her campaign, I saw Nikki Haley coming back in August. Darren saying, I think the DNC should use your song at the Chicago convention. So should I. So do I. Darren, I wish it was that easy to get to the right people. Because you know that if it was that easy, if anyone has any connections, you think I should be VP? I would lose my peace. That's funny. Shall we just, Thomas is saying, that's a ticket, Dion Green. That makes me running for president and Warren Green running for vice president. We'd probably kill each other. The sentencing on September 17th. Do I see electoral? Yes. Yes. Cheryl? I see a Kamala win as long as we do the work. Let's just ask. I'm just going to mention that in 2020, every time I asked if Joe Biden would win the election, I got a yes. Poor Warren. How about Dion, Kathy Beal for the ticket? Yeah. Well, we kind of, Kamala's middle name I mentioned the other day is Devi, D-E-V-I, and that means that's like a deity. That's a name that means deity. No accident there. Is Kamala Harris going to win the 2024 election? Yes. I hesitate to give you the information that that's a very strong yes, because I don't want people to think that we have it in the bag, because we do not. Remember what happened when we thought that about Hillary. Late getting here. Oh, I'm sorry, Suzanne. We're leaving shortly. Can't make this too long. Nobody will watch it to the end if I make it too long. Okay. How about 3 community cards? Last week, the 3 community cards that I ended with said something really good was going to happen. You might remember that. And then on Sunday, I was like, I don't know what this is. But then it got really good. The DNC convention starts September 18th. I thought it started sooner than that. Yes, Electrostorm Kamala will be able to help the Down Valley. Of course. More Democrats running in elections winning. More Democrats running in elections winning. Have we talked about Pete Buttigieg? He's awesome. Okay. 1 card flipped up, 2 cards. Yeah, I thought the DNC convention was in August. People are saying September. Don't confuse me. I'm confused enough. With so much going on. Oh, that card jumped out. So we've got 4 cards. Remember how upset everyone was on Sunday, and then it all turned out to be the wonderful thing. Gloucester, Mass was mentioned in an episode of Murder, She Wrote last night. Really? That's an old series. Will they run Nikki? I'm picking up that the Nikki Haley would be on the ticket. Here are our cards for the weekend. And people are saying I should send my songs to this one, I should send my song to that one. It's just that I need help. Okay. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for helping me. All right. People are going to be rushing to conclusions, and we need to stop doing that. I know, and that's one really good thing about being in a mainstream media blackout, is I don't have to listen to all this conjecture, all this like, well, what if this happens? Well, I think this is going to happen. I think that's going to happen. I mean, if you want that, come to the Psychic Channel, right? I have really enjoyed this media blackout. Join me if you haven't already. August 19th is the convention, because there's a whole lot of like, hurry up and wait. The Ten of Swords is coming up just to remind us all of the heinousness of the Magas. But what it's doing is it's pushing us to work harder to eliminate the evil. I know it's challenging, but I keep getting guidance that we must be kind to one another, okay? And if we can't be kind to somebody, or, if we can't, and sometimes we can't muster up kindness because it's hard with some people. Just walk away, right? 2 days before your birthday. Happy birthday to you, Carrie. You mean the convention is 2 days before your birthday? So over the weekend, we're going to hear a lot of really horrible dem bashing. But Kamala is going to really be knocking it out of the park. There's going to be a lot of, it was so energetic. It fell right off the table, that Chariot card. There's things that are going to be happening really fast. Warren, why are you saying Mark Kelly is not gay? I lost the thread there. No, he's married to Gabby Giffords. Zircon saying, please leave a comment after the video for the algorithm. Thank you. Nine of Pentacles. We are going to see lots of what we've already seen continuing to support Kamala. I think she's in Massachusetts tomorrow, but I'm busy teaching our Meet Your Spirit Guides class. Please share my song about January 6th. What else do we have to tell people? Stay for the slideshow at the end because the song will be playing. Terry made a wonderful new slideshow with the final mix and master of the song. Please check that out and share it. Warren, I already answered that question. Were you not listening? And I think I named everybody on the list that our anonymous donor donated tea leaf readings to. Maria scheduled hers. I think I got everyone. But we're going to pick another person because Thomas is giving his to somebody. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch the chat, and the 10th person that says something in the chat will get that tea leaf reading. One. Now the chat stopped. This game isn't working. All right, let's save that till Monday. We'll pick a new person to receive a gift of a tea leaf reading. Thank you so much for all that you do for one another and for me. Tomorrow we have a class. Our Psychic Summer School continues. If you stay for the slideshow, it's all there. And tomorrow's class is, yes, you do have spirit guides. Connect. All right? Join us. There's still plenty of time to sign up for tomorrow's class. All right. Namaste. See you soon. I love you guys. Love yourselves. Bye.
Was a dark day, we were frightened, so much chaos, so many white men, caught off guard, no one knew what to say. How did it all get so crazy? Facts were absent, the air was hazy, we stood watching, tears streamed down our faces. While in the White House there was a tyrant glued to the TV, cheering the violence. When they pleaded, he refused to say a word. He just sat there in his fury, lashed out against us. The world was worried. We didn't know if we would make it through. The day they stormed the Capitol, they couldn't take it down, and now we're rising up in numbers much too numerous to count, and we are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. We are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. Now we're standing, we're united. Our elders showed us the most worthy fight is for our freedom, requires vigilance. We're courageous, growing stronger, not complacent. We serve with honor, and our power is the love that leads our way.